What's going on, guys? This is Alec here and welcome back to my Swansea City career mode. This is episode 4. Before we kick things off, again, I start every single video with this. Sorry for not uploading lately. I've been so ill. I'm starting to feel a lot better now, and I thought I may as well just take a break and not try and get any bad videos out. So here we go, episode 4. And another thing I do want to mention before I start is I just want to say a massive thank you to North Wolf. I think I said that right. Left a really massive comment on I think one of the last videos I did, and it really made my day. It was nice to see saying that I deserve more subscribers, stuff like that, and it's always nice getting feedback like that. So once again, a massive thank you, and a lot of people said that they agree. Thank you to those as well, Jackie and Reese. I think you were two of them that agreed with him. But yeah, going on to this episode, I'm actually recording this before the Swansea City Sunderland game, so that's why I'm a little bit happier than I don't know. I'm optimistic. Hopefully we'll be able to beat Sunderland. It's a must-win game. But yeah, on to the Swansea City career mode now then. As you can see, we've had a lot of offers in from Gylfi Sigurdsson, Leroy Fair. You'll see that a lot more throughout this episode. But a little disclaimer, there is only one game in this video. That's what I usually do when there's transfer deadline days. Just because a lot of the episode takes up the transfer deadline day. So yeah, just the one game, and this here away at Everton. As you can see, ex-player Ashley Williams, a couple of new signings in there, Marcelo and Zapata. As you can see, they've got Idrissa Gueye, Niasse, some good players on the bench, Gerard Deulofeu, and Toprak as well. That's a bit of a weird one, but a lot of people commented and told me that I should try and sign Ashley Williams. What do you guys think? I was thinking maybe next season or in January if I do. Well, I'll spoil it. I didn't sign him this transfer window, so it'll have to be in January or next transfer window. But I've just signed two really good centre halves in Ryan Shawcross and Victor Ruiz, so it's a bit of a hard one to try and negotiate. But as you can see, we've started a bit of a different team this game. The likes of El Neni coming in. I did change a couple of other players as well. I can't really remember who. But as you can see, early on into the game, ball into Boney! And that is a cracking goal for his second goal of the season. Wilfred Boney. A lot of people said that I should sign him, and I'm so glad I did. What a finish by Wilf. As you can see, the ball comes into Barrow. Barrow just into Boney. And look at that for a finish past Hamid, who I believe it was James Sicone or James Sicon. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He said that Hamid is actually an American keeper that played for FC Dallas, I believe, or something Dallas. Dallas anyway. I think that's the team. I'm probably going to get shouted again if I get that wrong. But as you can see, 15 minutes into the game, we got another attack. Memphis was in a lot of space down this side. And as you can see, he gets inside his defender and into Boney. And he smashes it home for 2-0. Two really nice goals from Wilf. Memphis was a massive part of that goal. As you can see, he comes down his left-hand side. Nice bit of skill inside the defender. And it's a Boney first-time shot. And there's not a lot the keeper can do about that. I was really happy with the way he was playing early on in this game, but Everton had different ideas. Mason Holgate gets the ball into Ross Barkley, a lovely bit of footwork, and I just try to stay away from him with Rangel. He hits the crossbar, and Vorm gets it out of danger and puts it for a corner, and nothing came of that corner. 36 minutes into the game, the ball gets to Gylfi Sigurdsson here. He'll pass that across to Joe Allen. Joe Allen into Memphis, and Memphis will take the shot. And it's punched away from Hamid. He debatably could have caught that. It wasn't the most powerful shot, but yeah, that's another chance for us. But we're still trying to get forward, still trying to get that third goal rather. Gylfi Sigurdsson gets it into Memphis. Memphis out here to Ben Davis. He'll sit on the ball into Joe Allen. Joe Allen will pass that into Memphis, and Memphis will take another shot. And Hamid actually catches it that time. I think I'm saying that right, Hamid. But on the stroke of half-time, 45th minute, Gylfi Sigurdsson, lovely bit of hold-up play here. He manages to get the ball to Boney. Boney around his defender, left-footed shot, and he scores his hat-trick just before half-time. A first-half hat-trick is really impressive, to be fair to Wilfred Boney. I was really happy with how things were going here. As you can see, Gylfi Sigurdsson, nice bit of play, and Boney gets around his defender a little easily there, but it's a lovely finish into the right-hand side of the goal. Excuse me. Good finish from Boney on his weaker foot, and like I said, that's a half-time hat-trick for Wilfred Boney, or 1/2 hat-trick. I may be saying that completely wrong, but basically he scored a hat-trick in the first half. As you can see there, that's his 4th goal of the Premier League season. He scored his first goal in the last game, I believe. I don't think he scored in his opening 2 games, but with that goal being scored, that was where half-time would be called by the referee. Going on into the second half now, as you can see, Aaron Lennon down the wing, he passes that through to Zapata. Not actually sure who that Zapata is, but he gets the ball back to Aaron Lennon, and what you'd think would be a simple save for Michel Vorm, he actually only manages to parry it away for a corner, but Everton again trying to get a goal back. If they got a goal right now, it may set up for a nervy game, so they'd have to score pretty soon. But a good ball in from Gareth Barry, and Ross Barkley's header never really testing Michel Vorm there. Now then, we're on the attack here. Memphis gets the ball into Michu, who I brought in as a sub. Michu to Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson back into Michu with a chance to score his first of the season. And it's well saved by Hamid. One he'd be expected to make. But that's all for this game. We get a 3-0 win away at Goodison Park, which is a really decent performance. And as you can see there, Wilfred Boney collecting his match ball. If you don't really care about transfer news and all that, I'd recommend clicking off the video now, because that's all that's going to be of the next couple of minutes. Just transfers in from us and transfers out. And I'm also going to do a little recap of all the players that have been signed by clubs in the Premier League. In the background is just going to be some offers we've had in for, well, there was a lot in for Leroy Fer. I'm not sure why he's so sought after. To be fair, he is a decent player. He didn't start in our last game for us, but a little bit of training mixed in there as well. Like I said, this may be a bit boring to a lot of you, but if you want to know who has been brought in and we do make a signing as well, so that may be the part you stick around for. As you can see, another offer for Gylfi Sigurdsson. I thought, I'm not messing about. If I'm going to sell him, I want to sell him for about 60 odd million, and unsurprisingly, Wolfsburg came back and said they're not willing to pay that much, so it doesn't bother me. Another comment that was left in the last episode by North Wolf was to release players from their contracts, and I completely forgot about it. I knew you could do it, but I just completely forgot about it. I didn't really want to do it as well, but I thought, you know what, my squad is full, that's why I'm doing it. I may as well get rid of players that I'm never ever going to use, and probably won't even be sold for that much as well. So I paid about $1 million or so to release them 2 players, Tom Dyson and Alex Bray. This is another boring part as well, just some objectives set throughout the season for myself. I just wanted to go over them, and I thought I may as well show you them as well while I'm looking at them. And we actually went in for 2 right backs. Now, Martin Montoya was one of them, ex-Barcelona player. Was he ex-Barcelona? I could look like a fool right now. But and the other one was Julian Korb for Borussia Mönchengladbach. They wanted about 10 million for him, so I thought I'd offer 6.2 million. That's all I could afford at that point. And you'll be able to see here they actually came back and said, no, that's not enough. Okay, they didn't say that. Another offer for Leroy Fer, what a surprise. I think I'd love to know how much offers we've actually had for Leroy Fer, but as you can see, an offer back for Julian Korb, they say they want 10 million, so I decided to put it down to 5.2 million and Kyle Norton. That's something I'd be happy to pay. I've been talking about getting rid of Kyle Norton for a while, and as you can see here, down the right hand side, you'll be able to see the big signings. I do go over them a bit more later on, but as you can see, Griezmann to United, that's a massive signing. And Julian Korb, he agrees, well, Borussia Mönchengladbach take the Kyle Norton plus 5.2 million, and we get to send him a contract offer, see what he'll say to that. We'll probably be met with another offer for Leroy Fer in this email. Let's see what we get back. It's actually Julian Korb, and there we are. That is our last signing of the summer transfer window. There's no more from us, but we get a couple more offers in for different players. By the way, use his stats, pause if you want to look at them in more detail. He's 25 years old, 77 rated. It's not bad. I wasn't really enjoying using Kyle Norton, but like I was saying just now, Leroy Fer, we had a lot of offers for him. I didn't really want to get rid of him, but I thought if I was going to get rid of him, about 18 million, that would be a fair amount. If not, then like I said, I'd be more than happy to keep him. He's a really good player. But yeah, I was going to go on to something else as well. Surprisingly, we had an offer here from Memphis, from his old team, PSV. Oh no, please say he paid for... He played for a Dutch club. I'm pretty sure it was PSV. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, I didn't really want to get rid of him at this point in the transfer window, just because I wouldn't really be able to reinvest it back in. But they didn't want to pay the amount I asked anyway, so I thought that's fine, I'll just reject the 33 million, even though that is a lot. And another offer that tempted me here was from Feyenoord for Michel Vorm. I thought 15.5 million, I'd be happy with selling a 33-year-old keeper. Another offering from Leroy Fair here, what a surprise. But as you'll be able to see here, another offering for Leroy Fair, what a surprise. But as you'll see, the 1 year for Michel Vorm, they wanted to offer 12 million, and even though it's like just 3 million less, I thought I'd reject this one. I did put a lot of thought into it. I was like, who would I bring in instead of him? And I thought I'll let him play out one more season, and then I'll probably sell him next season when he's 34 years old. But in this part of the video, I'm just going to show you all the transfers brought in and out of Premier League clubs. If you want to pause it just to see who they actually brought in and out, please feel free to pause it on each team, as you'll see here in the bottom left area of your screen. Crystal Palace made a couple of signings. Hennessy obviously went to us. There's the signings from Everton that we just played. Marcelo and Zapata played in the last game. Fulham got promoted this season, which is surprising. They're doing pretty bad in real life. But Caicedo, and I'm not sure who the other guy is there, signed for them. Leicester were busy in the transfer window, spending 63 million and not selling anyone. They brought the likes of Mangala in. Really good signings. As you can see here, Liverpool signing Klaassen and Savic. Also Coutinho going out to Barcelona. Man City doing a bit of business as well. Calhanoglu, Correa and De Jong in. And obviously Mangala was going out. And look at United. £182 million spent in the transfer window. Like I said, Dele Alli, Alan, Griezmann, Rafinha from Barcelona. Some massive spending out of United. They are looking to make a statement this season. A couple of signs in from Middlesbrough. Newcastle obviously got promoted once again. Norwich here, they got promoted too. Joshua King obviously came from us. Etienne Capoue, a couple of good signings there. Southampton did no business in the transfer window, which is a pretty surprising one. Spurs here, I think they must have loaned a player in there, oh no, obviously Robertson came from us. They sold Ben Davis and Ali. Stoke, we bought 2 of their players off them, and as you can see, Sunderland, they also brought in a lot of good players, spent a lot of money. There's our transfer business summed up. I did actually bring in a lot more players than that and sold a lot more players than that, but for some reason it doesn't show it there. The likes of Joe Allen we brought in, but you know who we brought in. Watford doing no business apart from selling Etienne Capoue. As you can see, West Brom here, they spent 19 million. And on to the last team, West Ham. They did no business whatsoever, which is pretty surprising to see. But here are the big transfers. Go up and pause if I'll just pause on the screen if you want to see who went to who. But Dybala, Bayern, Coutinho going to Barca, both then going to Madrid, which was a surprise one. As you can see, William Carvalho, that's £60 million. Yeah, not much Premier League action, but as you can see, Dele Alli to United, and then there's 2-year Manolas and Marquinhos both to Chelsea. They're looking for a centre half. Their defence will be solid this season. As you can see here, Wolfsburg signing Baston off us. We got in there in the top 10 transfers, maybe top 15, but that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll hopefully be able to get these out more frequently. And yeah, thanks for watching, and peace.